Hey guys, welcome back to Seasonal Swigs and Sweets. I'm John.
And I'm Amber.
And today we're going to be reviewing Innis Gunn Irish Whiskey Aged Stout.
And for dessert, we made chocolate Guinness Mousse Cups for two. Ooh.
Alright, let's start by talking about the label as we do. I think this bottle is very attractive.
It's beautiful.
Actually, it has nice soft curves to it.
Yeah.
It's not sort of a straight American bottle. It seems kind of small, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's not even filled, like, where it's filled to also. It's interesting.
It's 11.2 ounces, 7.4% alcohol by volume. Now, this label is just about the same that every Innis Gunn beer has, only this one's green.
I've never seen any other Innis Gunn. Is it Innis Gunn?
Innis, whatever.
So you can see a closer up version of the label here.
Has a beautiful cap on it, if you want to show that.
That is a nice cap, yeah.
One of my favorites so far.
I like that there's this approval for bottling label at the bottom here and the master brewer, so they signed it. It looks very official. Like the colors. I like the shininess. You don't see that every day. And they have like their name like stamped into the bottle as well, which is nice. So this is from Edinburgh. I guess. This
is a Scottish beer.
Yeah, so
now we're having this as part of St. Patrick's Day because this is, we have confirmed, a seasonal release.
And it's an Irish aged.
So this is aged with wood chips that have been soaked in Irish whiskey. So I dipped into the history of this beer because I've never had one of theirs before. So all of their beers are actually barrel aged. And their styles depend on what kind of barrel basically it was. So like they have a beer that is aged in a rum cask, for instance, to pick up some of those flavors.
Fun.
So this, originally when they brewed this, was brewed in old Irish whiskey, was aged in old Irish whiskey casks. It no longer is because the price of Irish whiskey is so expensive now, that it's so high in demand that none of the distilleries want to sell their barrels. So what they did instead is took oak barrels, smashed them down, and then soaked them in what the internet believes to be Jameson, Irish whiskey, and used that to sort of pick up the character. And then that was put in the beer and left for 4 days. So it sort of picks up from the character. I don't know. I never tasted the original recipe, which came out a few years ago, so I'm still looking forward to this.
Yeah.
I would give the overall bottle a like 3 out of 5. I think it's very pretty.
Only a 3?
Well, because the label's not any different. It's
no,
the same
but
label
the bottle. Oh, well, see, I can't speak to that because I've never seen the others. Are they all? Is it just green?
It's green. Yeah, from what I know.
Oh, but it's nice though. I would give it probably 3.75.
Oh, okay.
If I have to.
Let's give it a 5.
But
we like the bottle.
I have to give a shout out though, real quick, to Ed and Mary they spotted this when I was out looking for Irish type beers. So I appreciate your help.
Thank you, Ed and Mary. So, as we said, this is a stout. It's a Scottish stout matured with Irish whiskey oak chips. 7.4% ABV. It says to serve it between 4 and 6 degrees Celsius. We probably have it a little colder than that.
Yeah, we took it out of the fridge a little early, but it hasn't really sat up that long.
I think this is probably that's about 40 degrees, so this is probably less than that. We're getting close though. Okay. Pours black with sort of an off-white head. Very fizzy. I can hear it.
Me too.
Oh, you didn't believe me?
No.
Why are you so surprised?
It's kind of like crackle and pop. Snap.
Rice
Snap,
Krispies.
crackle and pop. Yeah.
Rice Krispies. Yes, very good, Amber. So the head is not very creamy. It's sort of made of these big rocky bubbles. Sticks to the glass a little bit.
It looks creamy-ish to me.
The smell is...
There's something there that I'm not...
It smells like a thin stout, but with a little bit more.
What am I... Maybe I'm smelling the
it's
oak
the whiskey.
chips.
It's the whiskey chips, yeah. It kind of has a little bit of that boozy smell.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of Irish whiskey?
I don't know.
I've only had it once. I don't really remember. That came out wrong. Alright, let's give it a taste.
Ooh.
Okay. Way smoother than I thought it was going to be. This is a much easier drink than I thought. I thought this was going to be really intense.
I'm a fan.
This is really smooth.
It's got like a little smoky.
Yeah.
A little smoky on the back flavor there. That's a word. I just made that up.
Why do
but
we
it's
even
okay.
bother?
No. But you know what I'm saying though. When
The back flavor.
What? It's like, you know, after you swallow it, and it hits
The aftertaste.
It's been a long couple days, so let's just get past that. You know what I meant. John knew what I meant. He just thinks he's being too smart for me.
It has a very pleasant body. It's not too watery, but it's not too thick either.
I like this.
Yeah, the flavor is roasty, kind of like. So it has like tasting notes on it.
It's dark chocolate coffee.
Dark chocolate coffee and
treacle.
That is molasses. I looked that up.
Treacle.
So I get kind of hints of molasses in there. So yeah, it tastes delicious. It has.
It's not nearly as bitter, or I don't know what I was expecting.
No, it's not bitter. It's complex. That's what it is.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not. It felt like an aged stout was going to be bitter, although this isn't. Well, this says it's aged. When I saw
stout
aged,
matured with Irish whiskey oak chips, and I thought this was going to be like a little scarier to drink. To be honest, for me, because like this was like a wild card a bit, because I've never had any of their beers before, but I really enjoy this.
If you want something different, this is definitely the answer, because this does not taste like any other stout I've ever tasted.
No, and it's very pleasing to drink. I really do like this.
Only thing is, I think it's a little bit too sweet.
I don't.
Would you agree?
But that's me. I think it's just enough. Now, well,
has a tiny bit of a sort of like, the more I drink it, I kind of feel like more of like a sickly sweet kind of like cough medicine type flavor.
I wouldn't say flavor, but like when I just drink it and feel the texture, it kind of has like almost like a soda, like the syrupy kind of soda. But not to say that that's horrible, but that is something to maybe take note of. I don't think it's too sweet myself, but I think if I kept drinking like the whole bottle myself, maybe I would. We're doing half and half.
This certainly makes me want to try more of their beers.
I'm not familiar at all with this brewery.
This is a must-have when it comes to, if you're trying to find something for St. Patrick's Day, this is a must-have because it is so completely different than everything else.
And it looks cool.
Yeah. Our dessert has Guinness Draft in it, so I drank a tiny bit of Guinness Draft while we were cooking it, and this completely different, night and day.
This is so different,
Completely night and day difference.
I mean, not even close. Way different flavor profiles.
It almost feels like it should be a different style. You shouldn't even call it a stout anymore. But it's good. Really good.
It gets sweeter as you drink it.
It does, yeah.
Actually.
Really good roasted malty character. If I had another way I would describe it is it's almost kind of like, this is gonna sound crazy. It's like
crazy, John.
Dark chocolate.
Don't say it.
But sweet.
Okay. So like semi-sweet chocolate. But
not like semi-sweet chocolate. Like dark chocolate that, well, I don't know the difference. I think you're right. Semi-sweet chocolate.
Yes. You're still right this time.
I was gonna say dark chocolate with more sugar in it, but isn't that what it would?
I mean, well, dark chocolate's a little more bitter usually.
Yeah.
Anyway. Really cool beer.
It's delicious. Go out and try it.
What are you rating it?
So comparing this to stouts, this is... See, I don't know. I mean, is it a good stout? Yes, it's definitely a good stout. Is it a great stout? Maybe. So it's a must-try if you like stouts. I'm going to give this a 4 to 5 for stouts.
Oh, that's what I was going to do
too. No, I'm sorry. A 4.5 out of 5 for stouts. And then I'm going to rate this a 4 out of 5 for beer in general. It's very good. It's worth a try. I'm
giving it a 4 out of 5 across the board because I'm really liking it. And for a stout, it is fantastic, I think. It's definitely different, and I think it's definitely worth a shot.
Yeah, this is, if you like craft beer, this is a must-try beer for St. Patrick's Day.
And just in beer in general, I think this is actually pretty tasty. I really
But it is a seasonal release, so get out there while you can. Okay, and I have not, this was bought at a place that sells lots of bottles of beer. Yeah. I have never seen this before in the stores. So.
Yeah, it was like, I think this is one of the only few that we saw that looked remotely Irish.
And it's Scottish.
I had to look a little closer. I didn't realize it was a Scottish beer, but regardless, I mean, this is good, and I think it's definitely great for St. Patrick's Day.
And I saw an interesting comment from one of the brewers that said that Scotland is known for its whiskey, Ireland is known for its stouts. So this sort of turns that whole thing on its head because it's a Scottish beer that's aged with Irish whiskey.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
All right, let's move on to dessert then.
All right. Hi guys, and we're back with our desserts. We made these little Guinness Mousse Cups for two. John.
So this is from the Chocolate Moussey blog, which we've linked in the description.
Yes.
You'll see hers are a heck of a lot prettier and a heck of a lot more convincing.
And she put them in real miniature pint glasses, which is adorable.
So
but we didn't have those.
This is supposed to look like a pint of Guinness. Our mousse is a lot lighter than hers was.
Yeah.
And she used a lot more whipped cream. But
so, I mean, there are some things we may have done differently than her by accident.
Check out hers. They look adorable.
They really
see
do.
what we were trying to accomplish.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're supposed to set it up in the fridge for an hour. We didn't really do that, so we'll see.
Yeah, we did.
Not quite an hour.
We put it in for an hour. It was about an hour. But anyway, I don't think the consistency is a problem. It's sort of it certainly looks thick enough.
Yeah.
It's just the effect. It doesn't look as adorable as on the internet, and it never does.
No, it doesn't.
Well, sometimes maybe.
Shall we? Ooh. So here's the mousse. Look at that.
Okay, so as I suspected, I don't get any Guinness at all.
Not a bit.
This recipe only called for 1/4 cup of Guinness, and I don't think
and
it's
that's
enough.
on top of 4 ounces of chocolate, and the egg whites, and the egg yolks, and sugar. Yeah, there's like no Guinness taste.
It's still light as a feather, though.
I think it's a little runny, but I think that could just be the way we did the egg whites and the fridge thing.
This may not have been our best executed dessert. It tastes really good, though, but I just wish it had more.
It tastes like a pudding right now.
Yeah,
which is fine.
I wish it had more of the Guinness flavor in it.
Yeah, we tried adding a little bit, like a little splash more, hoping that would help after the fact. Like, 'cause you heat it up first with the whipping cream, and yeah, I felt like maybe this definitely needed more to come through.
So yeah, very strong
it tastes
chocolate
like chocolate
flavor.
pudding, basically.
Yeah, it tastes like chocolate pudding.
That's what it is.
But with a really nice homemade whipped cream on top. So.
Oh god. Okay, seriously, all of you need to stop buying store-bought whipped cream and just make your own. It took all of like 3 minutes on the high setting, and it's so much better. It tastes so much better.
You know what this actually tastes like? This literally tastes like a Jell-O pudding cup.
Yes.
No.
It has like the melty quality and like, I mean, I'm not complaining.
No, yeah, not to say it's bad. It certainly hits
It's
the
just
spot.
it's not a, as you can see,
Yeah.
it's not really a moussey. We thought maybe it's
I'm not sure we executed this properly.
I think it needed, I don't know, it needs thickening somehow or something. But it's okay. So now you know that we are not perfect. And,
Anyway, for originality, this idea is great. Well, I don't know if it's original, but in terms of creativity, it's great. Like I said, check out the blog if you want to figure out how to do this for real.
yeah.
Don't listen to anything we're saying.
And really follow her instructions very carefully, I guess. And when
I thought we did.
When you're doing the egg white, was it the egg whites that we had the problem with? Use the whisk. Do a whisk when you're doing the mixing for that, because I think that was part of our problem.
I think we overbeat the egg whites is what happened. But anyway, still delicious. I think the flavor is probably the same as what we'd have. So maybe experiment with this a little bit. Try to add more Guinness. Maybe if you want something extra, add some Baileys to the whipped cream or
I'm
something.
sure it would be good. I mean, you could probably do just about anything with this and it would be tasty.
But, you know, the effect that she got was adorable. Ours just isn't quite that. We don't have little miniature pint glasses. And we're not going to buy them for one episode. Sorry, guys.
I mean, that would be really fun to have for like our beer tastings, I guess. But where does one find miniature pint glasses? TJ Maxx? I don't know.
Yes. Mine seems to have set up a whole lot better than yours has.
Mine
Yours is way soupier.
So not set up. And I don't know why.
Anyway.
But, I mean, to rate the dessert as it is right now, I don't know. I guess I would give it a 2.5.
This is
It's
so
so
lackluster.
sad.
Yeah,
I thought this was going to be like great, like a mousse. Like how hard
I was
is a
going to say the
mousse?
same thing. I'd give this a 2.5 out of 5. If
Yeah,
it
mine
had,
was so puddingy. Oh my god.
if it had more Guinness in it, I would say.
Like whipped cream holding up real well. The rest of it, not so much. I think it was the whipping. I think that came down to how we did the yolks and everything.
You know, or maybe the temperature's not right or whatever. Maybe we let the egg whites get too warm, or maybe we did them too cold. I don't know.
There's so many things that could go wrong. But
so,
I mean,
just know what
fine.
you're doing.
Yeah, try it if you're interested. It's definitely worth trying. So
it would, if this was executed properly, this would look adorable at a
St.
Patrick's Day party. But I don't know if you're gonna make like 60 little mini glasses of it. So if you're doing a nice low key St. Patrick's Day.
And if you mess it up and you're just gonna have a bunch of pudding, which
good for you.
I've
you have a lot
done
of pudding,
that before at a Halloween party, and that necessarily didn't really go over so well with people. But
with our graveyard pudding.
They were adorable.
What do you mean it didn't go over well?
The other party. I had little Frankensteins, the green puddings, and
the
orange pudding cups with the pumpkins. It was very cute. In theory. I thought they were adorable.
We could talk about this all night.
We really could talk about pudding forever if you let us go longer than 5 minutes.
So, there you have it. Check out the blog. Don't listen to us.
Mm-hmm. We know nothing. All right, guys. We'll see you
next week. We'll be moving on to springtime.
All right. See you.
All right. See you guys.